friends, this is the Sun Woman. Thank you so much for tuning in to my full moon readings for the full moon sort of eclipse in Aquarius. And I do say sort of because this particular eclipse is not actually going to cast a shadow like regular eclipses. And any of you who are into astronomy, you can check out some of the great astronomy sites that will explain about the angle of this particular full moon. But I say sort of, and it's interesting and unique because it makes perfect sense, because we know that there's nothing regular about our dear Aquarians. They're very unique signs, and any of you who know an Aquarian know exactly what I'm talking about. Now, unlike many of the eclipses that have passed by us recently, this one is going to be a lot easier and more positive and possibly even exciting, because it's touched by positive aspects from the revolutionary planet Uranus, which is also, by the way, Aquarius's ruling planet. So head over to my Facebook page, and there's a great article post that I posted there about this full moon in Aquarius and full moons in general and eclipses in general. And if you'd like to book a reading with me, you can do that by hitting the book now button on my Facebook page, or you can head over to my website and book a reading with me. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all your likes, your sharing of the videos, and for subscribing. And I hope that this is a wonderful month of August for you. Let's go ahead and take a look at the individual readings. I bid you namaste. Hello Pisces, this full moon eclipse in Aquarius is highlighting your 12th house. So as full moons do and as eclipses do, they bring things out into the open, into conclusion or culmination. So your 12th house is related to things that are going on behind the scenes, perhaps in secret, perhaps undercover. So it's very possible that something that you are involved in, or that you're doing, or a relationship, or something that has been going on behind the scenes, you will be bringing out into the open yourself, or it will be bringing itself out into the open due to the the revelation nature of the full moon and the eclipse. This also may be a time for you where you are feeling more psychic, you're feeling more intuitive, you are opening yourself up as a channel to messages. Some of you may be getting more involved with your spirituality and receiving some kind of great inspiration or intuitive knowledge. Many of you may have been wrestling with some kind of addiction or an unhealthy attachment to a thing, a situation, a person, substance, whatever that might be. This is a powerful time for you to release that thing out into the universe and to cut ties with it or with someone else. Usually what happens in the 12th house can be an unhealthy situation that we are needing to release in order to be able to move ourselves forward spiritually. The 12th house also is our karmic house, so you may be releasing karmic ties during the next 2 weeks. Perhaps a relationship that has gone on for a long time and that has now, has now fulfilled its karmic purpose in your life. You may be separating or releasing yourself from this person or situation. Some of you, hopefully this may not, apply to many of you. Some of you may be deciding to go into the hospital for a procedure, checking yourself in, or something voluntary that you may need to get taken care of, because the 12th house has to do with institutions. It can be hospitals, institutions like that. So let's go ahead and see whatever it is that this full moon eclipse is highlighting for you. Once you release that, or once that situation comes out into the open, it is going to clear the decks for you, Pisces, to start fresh, start new, start a new life or a new chapter of your life. So let's take a look and see what the messages are for you, Pisces, for this full moon eclipse in Aquarius. What is the message for this full moon eclipse in Aquarius for Pisces, the fish. All right, I'm not going to accept those. What is the message for Pisces? Okay. The Three of Pentacles in the past, the Devil, and the Seven of Swords. Wow, very interesting that the Seven of Swords is coming up with, within the next 2 weeks. The Seven of Swords has a lot to do with things that are done undercover, okay, in secret, in the dark, something where you or someone else in your life may be trying to get away with something, okay? But let's take a look at what else is here, and let me just go ahead and pull an oracle card for you. What is the oracle card for Pisces? Oracle card for Pisces. What is the oracle card for Pisces for this full moon in Aquarius? What is the oracle card for Pisces? Create is your oracle card. Okay, so let's take a look at this and see what the messages are here. All right, so instantly, we talked about the Seven of Swords, but I'm struck by this oracle card because the message for me with this card is that you have the power to mold and shape your life. Okay? It's not in anyone else's hands but yours, Pisces. Okay? You control your life. You control your destiny. You, whether you believe it or not, what you are, who you are, where you are, what you do is within your hands to affect those things, okay? So let's keep that in mind as we are going through the messages here. All right. In the past, we have the Three of Pentacles. And the Three of Pentacles has a lot to do with your efforts, with your creative efforts, with applying yourself to something, and, the beginnings of knowledge, the beginnings of mastery, the beginnings of wisdom. For me, the Eight of Pentacles is the true mastery card, but the Three of Pentacles is applying yourself to something in a way that you are dedicated to it, okay? So there's something that you have been dedicating your time and your energy to. It may be someone, it may be a situation, and the Devil is here. So the Devil for me can mean several things. It can often reflect a situation that you have been so deeply involved with and that you have been so powerfully connected to that it has superseded anything else in your life. Okay? And it may be something that you have been working very hard for, but that it's in itself has not yielded the healthy returns for your efforts. So you may have been concentrating so much time, effort, energy, devotion, money, resources, efforts here to a person, a situation, an endeavor, a project that now has taken over your life, Pisces, and has taken over your life to a point, though, that you are not benefiting, okay? On the opposite here, that it may be draining you. It may be draining you of your time, draining you of your efforts, draining you of your resources, of your funds, of your, creative energies. And you are now contemplating and you're reviewing this situation. And just like I said, with your 12th house energies, It may be a situation that is no longer healthy for you. It may be an arrangement. It may be a person, a relationship. It may be a focus on something that needs to be broken away from, that you need to release yourself from, that you may have given everything that you have to, but that no longer serves the purposes of your spiritual and your life growth. Okay, Pisces? The devil can talk about being chained to something, okay? And being chained to something that you have the power. Here we go again with the those hands molding. That you have the power to release yourself whether you want to believe it or not. Whether you choose to believe it. The yokes that are around you, the chains that are around your hands, your feet, your ankles, you can easily remove them, Pisces. That's the message here. You feel that someone else or something else has a hold on you, when in truth, this full moon in Aquarius is going to reveal the true nature of the situation to you and may illuminate the truth. And the truth being that at any given moment here, you are going to have the power to release yourself and to move on. To close a door, perhaps to close a karmic door, perhaps to end a karmic tie that may have taken over your life. Now, the Seven of Swords here, very interesting depiction in this card because it is a person behind a mask. So you may very well, Pisces, have to act in secret. You may have to go about your business, go about your plans, go about your way here in a way that you are not showing your true intentions or your true, you're not showing your hold card. You're not showing the hand that you are holding, perhaps to this person or in this situation. You may have to, in the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it is a person who is absconding or is leaving in the night or is getting away in the night without people seeing them. So what I feel here, Pisces, is that on the positive end of this, you may have to pick up and go without anyone being aware of what you are doing in order to release yourself from a situation that is no longer healthy for you, okay? That may be depleting you emotionally, draining you emotionally. Now, also here, this may be a situation where you are involved in something that you may be going about in secret, or you may be doing in quiet, without anyone being aware of it. And the Seven of Swords tells me that you are going to get away with it, okay? It really doesn't indicate for me that you are, that you are being called out in this situation. I feel that the only one calling you out here is you yourself. So I feel that whatever it is, yes, you do have the ability to get away with it. But you must assess your situation and find out whether, A, if it's something that's unhealthy for you, do you have the strength to see the truth here, that you can release yourself from it? And if it is something that is holding you back, do you have the creative power, the strength to walk away from something and perhaps cut those ties in a way where everyone is wondering where the yellow went, or people are wondering, how did that happen? People had no idea, perhaps, what you were going through, what you were dealing with. and you may have to walk away from a situation, and you may be perceived as stealing away with something, when in truth you are cutting your losses in order to save yourself. Okay, so these are the messages that are coming up for you for the next 2 weeks, the next 14 days in this full moon cycle in Aquarius. Whatever the outcome is here, though, Pisces, know that you hold the power in your hands to affect this situation. You may feel that you are tied and that you are chained and bound, when in truth, this full moon in Aquarius is going to illuminate for you that really the power lies in your hands. All right, this is your message, Pisces. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wish you all good things, blessings, and peace and joy. Now, on to Cancer. Hello, Cancer. This full moon in Aquarius eclipse is going to be highlighting your 8th house. The 8th house is the house of other people's resources, things, financial connections with other people in your life, whether it is partners, relatives. The 8th house has to do with funding or support that we receive from other people in our lives. It could be inheritances, it could be alimony, it could be child support, it could also be scholarships or grants or loans, mortgages would fall in the 8th house. The 8th house also is the house of our sexuality. So some of you may be having a very powerful sexual awakening or connection or experience during the next 2 weeks, very unexpectedly. There may be a conversation with a partner about expectations, where your intimate life is concerned. There may be a renewing of that part of your life with a partner. The 8th house also has to do with, those who have passed on. It can have to do with death as well. So some of you may have experienced the passing of someone important in your life, and there may be, this experience may be having a very profound effect on you during this full moon cycle on an emotional level. There may be financial connections to someone in your life as a result of, that person's passing. And it also just can have to do with legacies. So those areas may be very strong for you during this full moon eclipse in Aquarius, and there may be some unexpected circumstances around those, but I feel that for the most part there will be positive, positive developments with this full moon in Aquarius. Let's go ahead and see what the message is for you, Cancer, for this full moon in Aquarius eclipse. What is the message for Cancer? Water sign Cancer. What is the message on this full moon eclipse in Aquarius for Cancer? Message for Cancer. Okay. All right, we have the 6 of Cups. We have the 5 of Cups. We have the 2 of Cups. Wow. That's a lot of cups, Cancer. A lot of emotion here. And you being a water sign, you're going to be in your element. Let's see what's going on here. Let's see what the Oracle card is for you. Oracle card for Cancer. Oracle card for Cancer. Okay, that's the Oracle card for Cancer. Be patient. Wow. That's very interesting, very interesting. Okay, so let's take a look here. All right, so immediately the messages are coming to me here, and I feel that many of you, many of my Cancers, one of the strongest gifts as well as curses for my beautiful Cancers, is your ties to the past. Okay? You are the keeper of your history. You're the keeper of your family history. You're the keeper of your relationships history. You know when things happened, who was there. You are extremely nostalgic, sentimental. You are extremely tied to the past, to your connections in the past, whether that be on a personal level, a relationship, a family situation. So I feel that during this full moon eclipse in Aquarius, I was talking about family legacies being important to you, and so there may be some ties from the past, some connections, whether relatives or friendships, people from your past that are going to be very significant the next 2 weeks. Now, I'm really getting relationship here. Sometimes the cards can be a little ambiguous as far as pinpointing what the main focus here. But for me, this is a relationship reading for you. This is about intimacy, Cancer. You have the Six of Cups, you have the Five of Cups, and you have the Two of Cups. And look at the story that this is telling. Someone in the past, looking out over the horizon, perhaps thinking about someone who has left them or who they have left, or a relationship from the past. The Five of Cups here as, thinking about still, being emotionally connected or feeling some heartache. But the Two of Cups coming up in the future as, a connection, an emotional connection. So very powerful here that some of you may be reuniting or reconnecting with someone from your past, whether it is an ex-lover, an unrequited love, someone that you had feelings for that you never had the opportunity to express, or a former partner. And I think that person has been very strongly on your mind recently, and within the next 2 weeks, this full moon eclipse in Aquarius is going to perhaps bring that relationship back in focus. Now, the Five of Cups is here, and for me, the Five of Cups, it refers to still having that lingering emotional perhaps sadness or melancholy, or that thought about what may have gone wrong in the past. But the thing about the Five of Cups is that there are two cups that are still available, that are still upright. Yes, 3 cups have been spilled, but there are 2 cups, and look what's here. Here are those 2 cups for you. So some of you Cancers may be thinking about a relationship from the past and wondering if there is a possibility for for reuniting, for getting back together, for resuming a partnership, starting again. And I do feel that this full moon in Aquarius eclipse is going to bring you the opportunity to reconnect with someone so that you can decide whether this is a relationship that still has a future, or whether it is something that you need to put back into your personal history. Now, interestingly enough, we have Mercury going retrograde at the end of the month, so there may be an unexpected reunion around the 30th of the month, the very last few days of the month here, with Mercury going backwards, because Mercury takes us back to the past, often allows us to review relationships we've been involved with, to see if there is another chance here. So I do feel like that person may be coming back, or someone may be coming back. Now, some of you may have met your soulmate. Okay, some of you may be experiencing some heartache, some difficulty, some separation regarding a soulmate in your life. But I do feel that there is the opportunity for renewal and for reconnecting and for balance, and that love. You have the 2 soulmate cards here, Cancer, 6 of Cups and 2 of Cups. Okay, here he is looking back at the past, pining away, thinking about his love. Here she is in the future, okay? And, who you are thinking about is thinking about you. That's the message I'm getting here. And it is very possible that you will be getting back together with this person. The key here is be patient, okay? There is no stop clock on love. True love, you know, time is nothing when it comes to true love. True love waits. All right, that's the message here. So if there is someone that you know is the one, without a doubt, be prepared to give that situation time. And within the next 2 weeks, I do feel the possibility that you will receive confirmation that that person is wanting to connect with you, ready to connect. But there may be something that is delaying this situation from moving forward, and you are being called to be patient. All right? I do hope for good things, wonderful things, and love for you, Cancer. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is your message for the full moon in Aquarius. And now we're going to go on to Scorpio. Hello, Scorpio. This full moon eclipse in Aquarius is going to be highlighting your 4th house. Your 4th house is your home, your domicile, you know, where you call home. It's also domestic matters that have to do with your family. It could be the family that you were born into, or the family that you have created, or even those around you who may not be blood relatives to you, but the family that you have, you know, brought together as your kin. So some of you may be moving within the next 2 weeks, or may make that decision. There may be something that comes to light that is going to inspire you or give you the impetus to move, or to buy a new house or find a new apartment. Some of you may be moving out of the neighborhood or the city where you're living. Something may happen unexpectedly that may bring about this change for you. There may be unexpected coming and going excuse me, of roommates or relatives within the home. Some of you, you know, someone may decide, let you know the day before they're moving out that they're leaving, and leave you kind of holding the bag with an apartment or a home. So you may be needing to, you know, find someone new to pick up that slack. But I feel that you will be successful at that, because this full moon eclipse is going to bring about some positive change, even though it may come unexpectedly. So let's go ahead and take a look. You know, there may be some of you maybe may have children that are leaving the nest, going off to school, going off to college. And are going to be coming home, you know, and experiencing that empty nest syndrome, where you're saying, okay, my kids are grown, they're out the house, and now what do? I have the place to myself, or my husband and I, my wife and I, my partner and I have our home to ourselves. What are we going to do? And you may decide that you want to renovate, or add on a new, an extension, or, you know, install a new kitchen, or whatever the case is. Be very aware of what's going on in the base of your house, whether it's the foundation or in your basement. You know, make sure that you are checking for leaks or electrical wiring. Make sure that everything is in order, so there are not any unexpected developments in those areas. Okay, electrical or water situations at the base, the very base of your house. Okay, all right. Let's see what's going on, Scorpio, for this full moon in Aquarius for you. Full moon eclipse in Aquarius. This reading is for Scorpio. Full moon eclipse in Aquarius. This reading is for Scorpio. For Scorpio. Okay. Now, keep in mind that Aquarius is a fellow fixed sign with you. Aquarius is in a square position to you, so this moon, full moon, may be slightly stressful for you, but if it is stressful, understand that the outcome, though, is something that is going to be positive ultimately. It's going to wrap things up or bring information to light to you that may end up, will likely end up being for your own good and for your benefit. So a silver lining to the situation. Okay. All right, let's see. So we have the Hierophant, the Four of Wands, and the Five of Cups. All right, I'm going to pull one more card on this Five of Cups, and let's see. We've got the Page of Wands there, okay? Just for a clarifier on the Five of Cups. And let's pull an Oracle card for you, Scorpio. What's the Oracle card for my Scorpios for this full moon in Aquarius? Oracle card for Scorpios for the full moon in Aquarius. Oracle card for Scorpios. The full moon in Aquarius. Scorpios, full moon in Aquarius. Okay. All right, create. Very interesting because I just got finished recording, let's see, who is that? Pisces, and Pisces also received this Oracle card. So I don't know if a Pisces is significant in your life. You may want to also listen to the Pisces scope. There may be some information. Maybe some of you are Scorpios with other significant planets or rising sign in Pisces, or you are rising Scorpio and Pisces sun. In that case, then you may have already listened to the scope. But again, create is the Oracle card here. So this message, and it is going to be similar to the message that I gave to Pisces, whatever the situation is here that you are facing or encountering in the next 2 weeks, know that it is within your hands to mold and shape your life and to mold and shape the situation. It's not anyone else's, no one else has the power to make either the changes or the adjustments or to actually create a positive outcome from whatever does develop during the next 2 weeks for you, Scorpio, okay? So that in itself is powerful because it's not a situation where you're going to be sitting around waiting for other people to make decisions or other people to help you out or to, support your situation. It is going to be up to you to make those changes and to mold and shape. Those are the key words here, to mold and shape your situation and your life, Scorpio. Now, you have the Hierophant and the Four of Wands. And, interesting to me that we're talking about fourth house matters because the Four of Wands is directly a card that has to do with your home life, your domestic life, your physical home where you live. The Hierophant is a card that refers to a well-established long-term situation. So some of you may have been in a long-term relationship. This could be a long-term partnership, a marriage, whatever the situation is, it is something that has a lot of time and dedication that has been given to it, okay? Something that is a socially accepted structure in your life. So often the Hierophant also has to do with the home and the family because it's the family structure. The Hierophant is always about structure, and often structures that are, that have stood the test of time through centuries and through civilizations. So, the structure, the home structure, the family structure is a very key and strong theme here for you. Scorpio. Now, the Four of Wands has a lot to do with celebrating and something good that is taking place. You could, as I said, be moving to a new location, buying a house. There could be a renewal of your home in some way, or your relationship where your home is concerned. So some of you may be renewing vows within your home. Some of you may have been in a long-term relationship and now you are both deciding to buy a home together, or to move in together, or to get a place together. The Five of Cups is here as well. And so, this is an interesting card because there's some concern. There's some emotional concern here. Maybe some of you are concerned that, that this building of this structure, or this moving to the next level of of a relationship may change the relationship, or may take away the spontaneity. Some of you may still be holding on to perhaps some sadness or some pain that you've experienced, or some disappointment in relation to a domestic situation, a partnership, or a family situation. There may have been some loss. So it's interesting because there's a sense of celebration, but also loss. So maybe some of you, as I said earlier on, may have a relative who is moving out, or who is, as I said, maybe a child who is moving out. And so there's a celebration about it because it's someone who is moving on to something better, or expanding their life. It could be a child, it could be, another relative. So there is some sadness, perhaps, because there is melancholy, nostalgia, thinking about how the relationship is going to change. But the outcome here is the Four of, the Page of Wands, which I pulled as a clarifier here. So the Page of Wands definitely can relate to children. Again, this may be some of you having a child that's moving out of the home, or you've been helping them find a new place, and so you're sad because they're leaving, but there still is happiness there at the same time as celebration. The Page of Wands, if you don't have children, or if this is not a relative, the Page of Wands can also talk about good news coming through. So some of you may be moving out of a home that you've lived in for a while, and there is the sadness of, this change that's taking place in your life. But what is coming in for you is going to be so wonderful, and you're going to be very passionately involved with this new situation. So if you're getting news of a new apartment or a new home that is becoming available to you, I think that it is going to be something that you're definitely going to enjoy and celebrate. I love this card because this person is dancing. This Page of Wands is dancing. There could be someone of a fire sign, which could be Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. We are in a period of Leo right now, so this may be significant that all of these changes or developments are happening at this time. So say between now and August 20th or 21st, which is that transition from Leo to Virgo. Between the 20th and the 23rd, let's say that cusp period, you may be getting news of a new development, which is actually going to be a positive change, positive opportunity for you. And again, it may also relate to a fire sign person. Whatever the situation is, know that, as I said, you have creative power over this. You have the power to create something good out of something that may have some melancholy or some emotional instability to it. you can make this situation good. You have something to celebrate, and there is, definitely related to family and the home. There is a rite of passage going on here, where you do have, the thoughtfulness and the emotional connection to something, but there is a celebration and a positive change that's coming through, whether it is through your domestic situation or through a relative or a loved one that may have some positive opportunities opening up for them that are going to make you happy and bring joy into your life as well, okay? So make sure that what you are creating here, whether it's memories, whether it is a vibe in the home, whether it is a relationship with a partner or a roommate or someone in your domestic circle, use your power of positivity and of emotional connection and passion, which is what you're all about, Scorpio, to really affect this situation in a positive way, because you alone have the ability to mold it and make it good or make it not good, okay? And with this full moon eclipse in Aquarius, there definitely is the ability to have a lot of emotion behind what you're doing and a culmination that's going to move things on to a new phase in your life. So there's a closing of doors, but an opening of others there for you. Okay, Scorpio? So that is your reading for this full moon in Aquarius eclipse. Thank you so much for tuning in. I wish all of my water signs a wonderful rest of the month of August, and I'll see you next month. Wishing you love, peace, and joy, and I bid you namaste.